Hey everyone, this is Michael, the Raw #1 YouTube channel. Welcome back to the channel and happy 2025. WWE Raw is set to debut on Netflix next week, and I want to know if you're ready for it. Instead of overwhelming you with TV consumption statistics, it's worth noting that there may be significant changes when linear television networks in the UK, Canada, and Latin America, where Monday Night Raw, NXT, and SmackDown currently air, switch to alternative programming. This transition to Netflix will bring WWE programming to a global audience, but it may also pose challenges for viewers in these regions who are used to watching WWE on traditional channels. Before delving into these potential problems, let's clarify some important points. I didn't mention United States because before the expiration of WWE's linear programming deals, multiple agreements were made to keep SmackDown and NXT on linear television in the United States. Meanwhile, only WWE Raw will be available globally. Fox did not renew WWE SmackDown, leading to a reported agreement with NBC Universal valued at $1.4 billion over 5 years, starting in October 2024 for WWE SmackDown. Additionally, WWE NXT will transition from the USA Network to the CW network in a 5-year deal estimated to be worth $20 million to $25 million annually. Furthermore, WWE finalized a $5 billion deal with Netflix, which gives Raw a central role live on Monday nights. Even though WWE Raw is leaving linear television, potentially for good, the essence of WWE will still be present on US networks. SmackDown will expand to 3 hours starting January 3rd, 2025, while NXT will stay at 2 hours on the CW, and Saturday night's main event has returned to NBC. This new schedule will give viewers more hours of WWE content and various shows to watch weekly on linear television in the United States. The challenge arises in January 2025 for international audiences, particularly older viewers accustomed to watching WWE programming on linear television for 30 to 50 years. Many may struggle to find WWE content within their existing television subscriptions. However, there are ways to access Netflix without breaking the bank. For instance, Netflix offers different subscription plans, some quite affordable. Additionally, many smart TVs, gaming consoles, and streaming devices support Netflix, making watching WWE programming on a big screen easier. To access Raw on Netflix, search for the show in the Netflix app or website and start streaming. This transition may be a change, but it also opens up new possibilities for how and where you can watch WWE. I didn't mention that WWE programming is leaving linear television forever. Although Netflix has an opt-out clause after 5 years, it has signed a global deal with WWE, which suggests that within 5 years, as the remaining US linear television contracts expire, those rights will likely move to Netflix USA. It wouldn't make sense for Netflix to invest $5 billion in global rights and not also acquire the US rights for all programming, including the rights to premium live events, which currently belong to Peacock, NBC Universal's streaming service, until 2026, just a year away. Interestingly, Peacock will lose archival episode rights to WWE Raw to Netflix globally in January 2025. Earlier, I promised not to bombard you with TV consumption statistics, but I can't help but share the success story of NXT on the CW network. The show's debut on CW in October 2024 saw a 44% increase in viewership compared to its previous airing on the USA Network. This debut episode also became the highest rated telecast on CW in 2024 among adults aged 25 to 54 and 18 to 49, with 406,000 and 354,000 viewers respectively. These numbers testify to the potential of alternative platforms for WWE programming and should assure you about the future of your favorite shows. This Friday, prepare for a historic moment as SmackDown becomes the first WWE show to air live internationally on Netflix. This exciting development, coupled with the global availability of Raw, NXT, the premium live events on Netflix, promises an unprecedented weekly live viewership. As a result, Netflix will begin to welcome regular advertisers, marking a significant step towards turning a profit on the $5 billion WWE deal, which they tend to manage exclusively in perpetuity. Are you ready? You better be, if you want to keep up with live WWE programming. This transition may raise concerns, but the future of WWE programming on alternative platforms is bright and promising. Now, I'll be moving on to the in memoriam section. I regret not mentioning Roberto Gutierrez and Rey Mysterio Sr.'s passing in our last upload. Unfortunately, the wrestling community suffered a significant loss in November 2024 when Roberto Gutierrez, who is WWE Hall of Famer's Rey Mysterio's father, passed away. In December 2024, the community was further saddened by the passing of Rey Mysterio Sr., which is Rey Mysterio's uncle. I acknowledge and respect the impact of these losses on the wrestling community. According to an excerpt from The Mirror, Mysterio Sr. was a cornerstone of Mexican wrestling and played a crucial role in the early success of AAA, where he won multiple world titles. His influence went beyond championships. He became a mentor to some of the industry's most celebrated stars, including his nephew, WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio Jr. Fans and wrestlers alike have poured in tributes, with many referring to Mysterio Sr. as the father of wrestling in Tijuana. Although Rey Mysterio hasn't publicly commented on his uncle passing, WWE star Dominic Mysterio, which is Rey Sr.'s grandson, shared a heartfelt tribute on social media accompanied by a simple black heart emoji. Now, last week I shared the first part of my predictions for 2025. Here's what I predicted. I predicted a heel turn for John Cena, Solo Sikoa as World Heavyweight Champion, new WWE champions being crowned on each night of WrestleMania 41, and the induction of Tajiri and Aja Kong into WWE Hall of Fame. Now here are my predictions for part 2. Las Vegas Spear hosting a WWE event in 2025. Unfortunately, WWE couldn't secure the Spear for WrestleMania 41 week, as it would have been an incredible venue to host WWE SmackDown, NXT, the 2025 Hall of Fame, and Monday Night Raw following WrestleMania 41. An announcement will likely be made during WrestleMania 41 week regarding WWE's return to Las Vegas for a single live television taping, and I think it will be for Monday Night Raw. My next prediction is additional WWE Hall of Fame inductees. My additional WWE Hall of Fame inductees for 2025. So my 2025 WWE Hall of Fame lineup in whole includes Ivan Koloff, Gail Kim, Jazz, R-Truth, The Rock, Tajiri, and Aja Kong. I chose Ivan Koloff because it's only right for the third WWF champion and the man who ended Bruno Sammartino's first reign to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Make it happen, Trips, and do what Vince didn't want. Next is Gail Kim. Throughout her career in TNA wrestling, Gail became a key figure in the revival of women's wrestling in the Western Hemisphere. When I think of the term women's revolution that WWE tends to promote as if they were solely responsible for the resurgence of great women's wrestling matches on television, it's far from the truth in my memory. When WWE reactivated its women's division, some fantastic wrestlers like Jazz, Victoria, Ivory, and Jacqueline already provided memorable moments with the rest of the WWE divas. However, when Gail Kim joined TNA and faced the mysterious Awesome Kong, a woman trained in Japanese wrestling dojos, they delivered matches that caught the attention of the men in TNA and the men and women in WWE. And in my opinion, the women's revolution would have not happened without the contributions of TNA Wrestling, Gail Kim, and Awesome Kong. Jazz is just a fantastic women's wrestler and a legit tough gal who became a WWE champion and was the NWA Women's Champion in her career. If the original ECW didn't go bankrupt, she would have become the first women's champion. If there had been an ECW Women's Championship during the WWE revival, Vince would have made her the champion, and she probably would have gone undefeated until the cancellation of that revival. Jazz is retired, but like Gail Kim, a producer at TNA, Jazz is still breathing wrestling as a producer and the head of the women's division for NWA. Jazz deserves the honor as soon as possible. R-Truth is 52 years old, and I mention this respectfully because being 52 is not old. He takes excellent care of himself, which is not always accurate in the wrestling industry. With Charles Robinson as a referee, R-Truth can wrestle in his 60s, potentially facing Billy Gunn in a retirement match at WrestleMania, and I think it will be a fantastic match. R-Truth made history as the first black wrestler recognized as the NWA World Heavyweight Champion and has won twice. He is a fan favorite and an essential figure in wrestling history. While some may argue that 2025 is too soon for him, I disagree. Who else could fill that role instead of R-Truth? If Chris Jericho was available, I suggest having him in 2025 and R-Truth in 2026. Similarly, if Big Show was available, I would recommend him for 2025 with R-Truth in 2026. Overall, R-Truth is the most logical choice for 2025. As for The Rock, you need a main headliner for this ceremony, and he hasn't gone to the Hall of Fame yet. There isn't much more to say. Actually, there is much more to say, but I'm ending this recording right here. Please join us on the weekend for the third prediction show, along with the latest topic of discussion right here on the Round Number One YouTube channel.